So, would you think of a can of peas as being a weapon? Well, we talk about that, believe it or not, coming up right after this.
Hi everybody, I'm Judy.
And I'm Jim, and welcome to It's a Highway Vlog, where you get to travel the country with us, and you don't even have to leave that nice big fresh helping bowl of peas that you cooked that are sitting on the table for supper.
So, while you're just waiting for Jim to finish,
Yeah. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and ring
that notification bell.
So you don't miss anything, especially peas.
Because they're good.
And green.
Yummy. Especially buttery.
Buttery. Well, good afternoon. We are in Virginia. We just got into Virginia. And it's cold.
Mosey it on down here. Up here.
Yeah, we're on our way to Illinois, and we left North Carolina this morning, and it is cold here. It was actually decent in North Carolina. Now it's 25. It's bright and sunny out.
I don't know if it was decent in North Carolina. It was 32 this morning when we picked up.
Well, it was, it's better than 25. But the sun is shining.
And we weren't even really that far from the coast either where we picked
up.
So
no, we were.
It was kind of chilly.
It was sort of odd. It was a decent weekend. Yesterday we sort of did something that we never do, and of course we did not get it on video, but we ended up getting a motel room last night. And Judy wasn't feeling the greatest.
Wasn't feeling the greatest, and it was just one of those days where I just not to get into any details, but the closer I was to the bathroom, the better.
Yeah, and since there was a bathroom right there, and beds, and a TV, and so we did that. We haven't done that. We did not do that all last year, and that is something we have only done maybe 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, our bed in here is much more comfortable.
It is, and so I actually slept in the truck last night, let her have the big, huge king-size bed by herself.
Go me.
Yeah, go her, because, anyway, I didn't want to drag all of our stuff inside and have to drag it back out. We had to leave the motel at 4 o'clock this morning, so that was fun.
Yeah, because we were about 2 hours from our pickup.
Yeah, so anyway, that's what we did this weekend. Sort of a dreary inside day. Yeah, it was all right. Rained a little bit.
You did work on some lights yesterday.
Worked on some truck lights a little bit.
And that's why we didn't get a video out yesterday, other than the scenery that we did. Was just because we weren't quite together all day yesterday.
Yeah. So something we wanted to talk about. Something happened this morning
our pickup this morning.
At our pickup, which we know can happen at any place we go pick up to.
Well, and we should have had a little heads up with the name we were going to, but we just weren't thinking.
But we weren't. So anyway, we had the truck. A lot of times when you go into facilities, if it's a higher security place, which doesn't make sense because this load isn't a high security load. But anyway, they'll search your truck. And they did this morning. Not once, not twice, 3 times. 3 different searches of our vehicle.
Yeah, and sometimes when they do searches, they only do the outside, just perimeter and underneath the truck kind of thing, 3 times. But we've never really been searched 3 times in the same facility.
No, it was very odd. And they searched inside the truck, in the sleeper berth.
All 3 times.
All 3 times.
Not 6 times, 3 times.
Which is a little invasive when you're not expecting it. We keep the truck sort of clean.
But the part of it about it was 15 minutes literally before we got there, Jim says, hey, 15 minutes till we get there. So I got up, and I was still sleeping, and so I got up and got dressed and everything, and so there was even no time. But normally we kind of plan on those things to tidy up a little bit.
Yeah, so we didn't get to do that this morning. I mean, it wasn't trashed by any means, but coming off a weekend, there's a few things that are a little out of place. We did, and our routine got messed up this weekend. Normally we will cook on Sundays. We did not do that yesterday, so our refrigerator is sort of a little more crammed than normal, and so a few things were setting out that are normally put away.
Well, hopefully not out of the refrigerator.
Not out of the refrigerator. No, we had a steak sitting on the counter.
Raw.
But the bed, like Judy just got up, so the bed was not,
Just shuffled.
Yeah. So anyway, and there was a list of things that we weren't allowed to have. Not surprisingly, cameras. They don't want you taking pictures. Dash cams.
Dash cam. We hadn't even really thought about
unplug that and turn it off in front of the guy, which is okay. I understand that.
Well, if you can't have your video cameras, you would think you should not have your dash cam because
you're
it
not allowed,
constantly takes video.
Yeah, you're not allowed. You're not supposed to have your phone out. Obviously, everybody carries a phone anymore. But they had a list of stuff like no tobacco or vaping, alcohol products, which
obviously we don't carry in the truck.
We don't do either.
That's illegal.
So that was a standard question. Weapons, and then he clarified what a weapon was.
Yes.
Because we cook in a truck, so we have knives in the truck. Well, he specifically said kitchen knives.
Well, and he phrased it as anything that would be considered a weapon.
Right.
And we're just like, yeah, we got our normal whatever. And then he specifically asked about kitchen knives because he knew what kind of truck we drove.
Well, when you go across the border into Canada, they ask you this series of questions, and we have asked them at the border several times, well, we have a kitchen knife. You're okay.
Yeah, really or they'll say specifically how long the blade should be or
right.
whatever.
And these are just small knives. It's not like we got this giant meat cleaver thing in here, or a chef's knife. They're just little paring knives that we, anyway. So, we took those out, and we had to take them inside. We had to sign in the paper, give him the knives, sign the paper back out. And then, then we were we went back.
Then we started thinking about, what anything that could be considered a weapon. And as I was opening all the cabinets in the back, which you have to do when they come inside to search.
Can of peas. Could you use a can of peas as a weapon? Probably.
Actually, there's some big bottles of hot sauce back there that were perfect.
Yeah.
But opening up everything, I was looking. I have this pair of really good scissors back there too. I was like, oh, that could be. And we've always talked about our flashlight. You clonk somebody over the head with that. So, what determines a weapon? We could take half. They could have half of our stuff out.
Yeah, we would not consider anything we carry in the truck a weapon.
Because we wouldn't use it as a weapon.
My kitchen knife, or you could use a fork or a spoon, I suppose.
Catapult.
Yeah.
Peas coming at you.
Careful, put your eye out with that. But it's just one of those things, So they actually took the knives out of the truck, and we had to sign them out, and then we signed them back in, and then we were searched 2 more times. They didn't ask for knives.
No, because they assumed the other people took whatever we had.
But we were searched going out, and then searched going in, and then back out, and then we came back out. We turned in our little badges, and they gave me my knives back. My kitchen non-weapon knives. I'd like to emphasize that. Not used for stabbing anything other than steak.
Which we do as often as we can.
As often as we can.
Stabbing
I'm
steak.
assuming the cows would probably consider knives weapons.
Maybe,
but
you think?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So anyway, that is something that we run into on occasion. We have had it done to the truck before, and we understand because, they don't know who's coming into their facilities, and they just want to make sure that
that everything's safe. And,
okay.
And some facilities are very well, obviously this one's really secure, and we can't do anything. We do know there are a few places out here we have not ever experienced that will literally take everything out of your cabinets. This was not one of those facilities.
No. They just did a quick look through.
Yeah, they just came up, shined flashlight in the cupboards and things like that, and did what they were supposed to do, which was check to make sure that we were safe to go in and their facility was safe and everything in it.
Yeah, I don't know at what point they would consider something that I wouldn't consider a weapon. Like, when we first started, we had this big giant mag light. It was a 6 D-cell mag light that we had in the truck, and this thing was literally like a baseball bat. It was, you put 6 D-cell batteries back to back, and that flashlight has got to be at least 2 foot long, and you could very easily use it, as a weapon, I suppose. I mean,
if somebody got close enough to you, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what you consider, really a weapon. I would assume that, for it to be a weapon, it would be something we would intend to hurt someone with, which we don't have that thought. Often. Uh,
Not unless it would be protecting ourselves, which is, that's
right.
something we talked about that before we get out on the road, that, what could you use walking back and forth to places where you feel unsecure, or
right.
that you might get hurt. Number one thing is, don't do it in the first place. You don't get out in those kind of places.
Right. So I guess the takeaway is we don't consider them weapons, but maybe somebody else would. But that's the way with anything. I mean, seriously, anything could be used in self-defense, I guess. Literally, a can of peas would hurt if you whack someone upside the head with it.
Had good aim.
What do you need good aim?
No, well, I meant good aim because I wouldn't want to be close to a person.
Yeah, just don't get
if
close.
I were that close, I wouldn't want to be that close. I'd throw it first.
Yeah, or basically anything, So anyway.
Self-defense tips from Judy and Jim.
Yeah. You might not want to follow any of those. So.
The biggest thing is run, but I can't run that fast.
Right. So, I guess we felt a little odd about that.
Well, it's just because we weren't prepared for it.
Weren't prepared.
Normally, if we're prepared, and odd meaning, I hate it when people walk into our
house
area that is not clean.
Essentially, our house. And
or hasn't been tidied up.
It would be like you being at home and someone showing up at the front door and saying, "I'm sorry, I got to come and search your house," and they don't have a warrant, and you can't. I know there's probably going to be people say, "Well, they can't do that." Well, they can. It's their property, and then we're going in. They can just basically say, "Okay, if you don't want to be searched, leave."
Yep. Forget the freight you're going to take. Forget all the money that you just.
So, which I guess would be our right, but I don't have a problem. I don't have anything to hide.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was just going to say. We don't have anything to hide, so it's not a big deal to us.
Hide the peas, Judy.
Take the peas.
So anyway.
Throw them out the window real fast.
So it's not really a pet peeve. It's just letting you all know that this happens from time to time. It really doesn't happen very often, maybe 4 or 5 times a year. And usually it varies. We've never really had, although we have friends that have had the entire 4-hour ordeal, pull everything out of everywhere.
And then they had to spend that much time putting everything back.
And then you get to put it back type experiences at certain facilities that we do not go to.
Yep. No.
Thank goodness. It's not part of the stuff that we haul anymore.
And usually, we expect it, like if we go to military bases or nuclear facilities or.
But we don't go to those places.
And an occasional pharmaceutical company, they won't go inside, but they'll go under and around the truck.
Or, a car factory. It's just any place where they don't want you, the potential to make sure what you come in with is not bad. Contraband.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Or any facilities that want to protect what they have.
Yeah. See the time right there,
yep.
Jude? Yeah.
Or this is going to be 5 minutes, right?
5-minute video.
All right.
Here we are at 12:14. So
hey, we're doing good. We do have to get down the road, though.
Yes, we do. So we're gonna get off. That's our day and our experience. We'll head on up north, and then we do have a load after that. I know, shock. And we'll see if we can avoid the snow. Yeah, so far so good.
And avoiding snow is a very good.
Yeah, we're gonna probably be challenged on that next point. So I guess that's all for us. So
long, everybody.
Good night.